Are you looking to establish a powerful online presence for your brand? Look no further than Live the Dream Media. Our team of experts possess the capabilities and skills necessary to make it happen. From creating compelling content to analyzing data and making strategic decisions, we've got it covered. Don't let a lack of social media know-how hold you back. Visit ltdmedia.net for more information.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Local Marana podcast. I'm your host, David Samarano, and I'm here with Clint Peak, who is the co-founder of Local Marana.
Yeah.
Co-host, yeah. It's good to be back. It's been a while. Been a couple months.
You and I haven't sat down in at least a couple of months.
At least, yeah. We've had Mayor Ed Honey here. We've had Mayor Ed Honey here. And it's been great having him here. Him sharing information, the growth that's coming here to Marana, and the other things going on. It's really good. And you've been there at his side, hosting with him.
Yeah.
So it feels like there's some cobwebs here I need to
Yeah, where have you been, David? Hey, we've been really busy.
Yeah.
The cool thing is we have a lot of podcasts and podcasters, and David and Jaden's running the production today. Thanks, Jaden.
Yeah, I want to shout out Jaden. He's back there in the room today. He's new with us. He does a phenomenal job. He has experience in this, which is awesome. And he's there. We have another asset to use. Whenever we have some information we need to get clarified, we can reach out to Jaden and say, hey, are we right here? Can you Google check? Can you do the best you can to verify it? You know?
Jaden's a huge, and he can hear this, but he's a huge, he's family. How about that? How about we just leave it right there? He's been with us quite a while at the bakery, and now we're using some of his other skills.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he's big.
He's talking back to us on that.
He's talking some smack, but he is family. So he's allowed to do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? There's a ton of stuff going on in Marana. And you mentioned Ed. I don't remember a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago when we finished a podcast, he and I just took a tour, just drove around.
You guys over in Gladden Farms area?
Gladden Farms. I refer to it as the Tangerine Marana Road corridor, right in that area. I mean, there's an incredible amount of growth going on.
Yeah.
That you can see, and then there's a lot of growth that's in the preparation stage on some of those side roads. I don't even know the name of that street behind Trico. That runs between Trico and the railroad freeway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that new road. Yeah. Off of
Man,
Tangerine.
they're getting ready. They're talking about 6,000 homes in that neighborhood.
Wow.
And it's
6,000.
You could put. Well, I'm not a builder, but sure looks like you could put 6,000. And they're getting ready. The ground's being smoothed. The culverts are going in. There's a lot of large pieces of equipment moving desert around up there. And you can't see that unless you go up there.
Yeah.
On the other side of the freeway, for example, there's over 1 million square feet of building taking place right now, warehousing. And there's another 1 million right behind that. And being in logistics for a number of years like I have been, that's an incredible spot. And that's what this is going to be used for, is logistics warehousing. And that's a phenomenal location, I'm telling you.
And at localmarana.com on the blog, there was a blog published about the growth recently, right? Tuesday? Okay. Yeah, so if you want to read into it a little more, there's a really good blog piece in there for you to go and look at. And I know you had a big role in putting that together.
Well, and the article touches on the growth, but it more touches on the reason for the growth.
The why.
This isn't by accident. This is by long-term plans and planning by a number of people going back 100 years in many cases. We've had to accelerate it. We've almost doubled population in the last 10, 12 years. We were in the low 30s. Now we're at 60.
Wow.
And it's good growth. It's quality growth. Our geographical location has a lot to do with that. 10 runs right through the middle of Marana.
Yeah, that's important.
It's location, location, location.
And you know, with the growth that you're talking about, there have been some conversations that have occurred in the community about water conservation and water supply going forward.
And there should be those conversations.
There should, right? Everybody should be asking questions when things are going on. It's your community. You should be empowered to do so.
Absolutely.
And the reason I'm bringing that up is Mayor Ed Honey talked about a lot of that water conservation, water supply, like questions on a past episode, one of the earlier ones he did. He covers a lot of ground on that and explains what the town has done, what Tucson has done, and what a collaborative effort has done to ensure there is water supply and conservation. And essentially, we can tell you from the information he's provided and what we've gained that there is no concern. There is a supply. So go back and reference that episode. Go check it out if you can. And I know you want to jump in. So
no, that's a great episode. And I know I'm going to speak for both of us right now. A year ago, as we entered the last election cycle, and I'm going to speak for you, correct me if I'm wrong, I knew very little about water.
Yes, same.
As far as where we were, we had water. I turn on the sink, there's water.
Yeah.
Now it's been explained by local, countywide, statewide, federals. I've talked to a lot of feds that were involved in building and constructing our plant here. And every one of them say the same thing. Our water tables are going up.
Wow.
If you were to go out and drill for a well right now, water is closer to the surface than it's been any time in the last 30 or 40 years while these individuals were involved in it. We're doing a great job. Now, we need to stay involved. We need to stay active. And water is a hot topic that a lot of people can rally about. But on the same token, growth itself should be planned.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to use the word controlled from the sense of controlling things, but it needs to be a well thought out of long-term plan. Because you see a lot of opportunities that got thrown together pretty quickly without thinking of, what we're going to be doing 20 years from now when this becomes real. Yeah.
That's, I don't know if this is related to that, but you ever been driving up I-10? And I think it's right when you approach the junction with I-8, there's that strip mall there that's just vacant and empty. And I think it used to be like a Wendy's.
Yeah, we'd stop there occasionally and grab a bite.
And it's just by itself, and it.
And Casa Grande is growing. I mean, it's pretty good size city out there in the desert.
It's just that one strip mall was in like a really odd spot, and then it just
I've been here 30 years, and I remember a couple of stores in there way back.
Yeah, same.
You know, but there hasn't been any, and Wendy's has been gone, 10, 12 years probably now.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt like that was a good example to use when you put stuff without any real reason, and it's kind of like, well, what is it here for? What are we doing with it? Yeah. So, talking about the growth, there's a resource that we've put together, localmarana.com, Local Marana the group, Local Marana the Facebook page, which is now over 700 followers. Our group is at 1.3 thousand followers or members in the group.
And these are brand new.
These are new, yeah.
Entities that we've created in the last, 12, 13 months.
Yeah. And the reason behind these, we want to ensure that the local culture, the local business opportunities don't get lost in all the movement and growth, right? We want to make sure that people have a source for information. They have a source for local businesses. Where can I go? Where can I get recommendations? Maybe I don't want to use a bigger outlet. I don't want to use a bigger conglomerate. I want to use something here that's home. And on top of that, we're working to make sure the culture's remembered as well. And that is us working with the town, sharing things the town shares. You'll see often Marana Parks and Rec will share something. We'll jump and share it as well. Hey, here it is in the group. Here's what's going on. For instance, the Founders Day parade's happening this weekend, and we've shared that. We're going to be there. So
come see us.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be too late by the time you see this podcast. It will have already happened. We had a great time. It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, likely. And there'll be more events that we'll be at that, Local Marana will have a presence. But talking about those, I want to encourage the listeners, if you haven't, jump into the group, the Facebook group and the Facebook page. The group is a great resource. Local businesses are in there. They're posting, sharing. A lot of community members are in there, and they're posting and they're sharing, and they're seeing recommendations. They're seeing these businesses be active, and it's a great resource for everybody to use, and it's fun. And that's the one thing I want everybody to remember is that it's fun. Have a good time in there. Don't be spamming. Don't be doing stuff.
We'll get you if you do. David's got a hammer for that.
Yeah, you'll get gone. We have a good team that works on that. Some of our friends and family are invested in growing this. And one of the new things we have, which is really, really cool, is we have this new partnership with Bulldog Inc. right here on Ina Road. They do our merchandise, our apparel for Local Marana and Live the Dream Media and Copper Creek Cookies right here, which are all connected. And that stuff's available now. So if you get a chance, go check it out. You can order something online, have it shipped to your house. And the money that comes from that is helping us power the website, the group, and the Facebook page so we can ensure that we have systems in place as it grows, that we can make adjustments as it grows. And the next thing is the business directory. If you are a local business and you're not in that directory, contact us.
Yeah,
let's get you in there. It's a great tool. What happens is you get listed on the website. You get different type of access to the group than a normal business that's not in there. We have our Merchant Marketing Mondays where we work with the businesses that are in there to use that as the dominant promotional day instead of stringing it out all week and just getting bombarded by ads per se, because we all know what it's like in our feed if we're bombarded with ads. We've seen other groups that aren't being managed very well where you're just hit with ads, and a lot of it's scam stuff. And scam stuff I want to bring up, Parks and Rec at Marana, there was a post that came out and they identified it as a scam quickly. It was regarding a vendor fair event, and we were advised that it was a scam, so we pulled it down. But I want to give kudos out to the Marana Parks and Recreation for doing that, because they saved members of the community from being victimized.
Thank you, Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby, thank you for that. And and that's another example of the community watching out for each other, and that's the reason for that community. It's to look out for each other, provide opportunity, provide knowledge, and share experiences. And that was a great thing that happened. It made my day when that happened. I was like, this is awesome. And, unfortunately, that same post went out in some other groups in the area that aren't well, I guess, managed, or there's not an admin paying attention, and they stayed in there. So you got to be careful. If there's any vendor fair events, period, like use caution and make sure you're contacting your local government, contacting your chamber if you need to see if is this legit, or is this a real thing.
Or get a hold of Local Marana, and we'll dig into it for you.
Always ask us if you have a question, or ask your community if you feel like something may be off. Use the group.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't know about this. It's not really jiving. Can somebody make some sense of it? Use it for it. There is no such thing as a dumb question.
No.
Right? Somebody will get back to you, whether it's Local Marana or somebody who's in the group. And just remember, the groups are growing daily. So,
we don't have enough time in this episode or a whole series of episodes to dig into how important local businesses are to their community.
Yeah.
I mean, the statistics are overwhelming. Most new jobs, local business. Half of America works at a small business. 99.9% of all businesses in the United States are small businesses.
Yep.
There is a room and certainly a place. I was thinking about it the other day for a big business. They're great. We love being able to go hit one of them box stores and grab something off the shelf. A big screen TV comes to mind.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see a mom and pop being able to compete. By the way, you can buy a big screen TV anymore for about $100, and a college education costs you $100,000. So I don't know where I came from, but local is so. I always said you could make a strong community by hanging out at the Little League. I always akin that to hanging out at the Little League. You're hanging over the fence. You're watching your kids. You're watching your grandkids. You're talking to the parent, the neighbor, the grandparent next to you. That's where problems get solved.
Yeah.
And Local Marana was designed kind of like that. That was kind of our feel. This is important.
Yeah.
We need to be able to share with each other. We don't need all that stuff and noise from people trying to high pressure or scam you or air duct cleaners or all that stuff. We made it a Little League field, for the lack of a better description, where we could all hang out together and watch our kids play and grow. And that's what Local Marana has become. The community itself is that type of community. If you live in Marana or Oro Valley, I challenge you. We know somebody, whether we know each other or not. It wouldn't take us but 30 seconds, and we would have a common acquaintance in our list. Is that right?
Yep, absolutely.
I'm 20 plus years in Tucson, 30 plus years in Arizona. I must say, in Phoenix, I knew people.
Yeah.
I met more people and knew more people and felt at home within the first year than I did in, the 12 years I've lived in Phoenix. I'm not knocking Phoenix. I like Phoenix. There's an energy there. There's a lot of things to happen, but that hometown mentality. Marana's my hometown, even though I sleep in Oro Valley. But to bring the community together has always been or be a resource, better yet, would be the theme of Local Marana. It's about empowering you as an individual, you as a small business owner, a place to share resources, a place to ask questions, a place to promote something. Again, there's not enough time in this episode, or we could do a whole series of how important small businesses are to a community.
Covering that, we also want to jump into other things that are important in the community as well, as like the schools that are here and the relationship we're building with the school district and the schools. So this was 4 hours ago. Marana High School football published their schedule for the next season. Have you seen it?
I have not. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah. It's stacked. August 25th, South Point. September 1st, Tucson. September 8th, Higley. Higley won the 5A state title last season. Mountain View, battle for the Butte. For the boot. The Butte, battle for the Butte. No, it's for the boot. September 15th. CDO, September 22nd. The 29th is Buena. October 6th is Sunnyside. The 20th is Desert View. The 27th is Casa Grande. And then November 3rd is Cienega. Senior night.
Would they go 12-2 last year? 11-2, 12-2.
Yeah,
they had a good season.
They
had
really
a real
did.
good season.
And then
they lost to the eventual state champions. right?
Higley?
No, Marana.
No.
They lost to the runner-up.
Yeah, they lost to the runner-up.
Right.
Yeah. The Notre Dame Prep.
Right.
So the games at South Point Higley are away. So even more challenging going on to the visitors' turf. But it's good. It's good to see Marana in caliber games like that and competing.
Right.
Right. They didn't just lose in the first round of the playoffs. They beat a Phoenix team. So the competition is starting to center a little bit. Especially in the 5A and the 6A area. It's just like Phoenix is known to dominate that area. So Basha won the whole open tournament, the whole open state title.
Well, Southern Arizona was well represented. I know CDO did real well.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where they came in. Our buddy Ron can fill us in on that. But they, I can't remember. Push Ridge Christian Academy did really well. They advanced a long way in the finals. I didn't know we were going to be doing the football playoffs, or I'd have done a little, a little refresher.
I didn't have this planned originally for the episode, but it came in this morning, and I'm like,
well,
let's talk about that.
And the community rallied around that team.
Yes, yeah.
I know I was not able to go to Phoenix when the playoffs was happening, but I watched it on Facebook, and man, there was hundreds of people on Facebook Live watching it.
Yeah.
And the stands were full.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
You mentioned schools. That's another main reason why our community is growing. Mm-hmm. We've got great schools in Marana.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge draw because we haven't touched on this in an episode, but the average age, the demographic for the town of Marana, the average age is 39.6.
That's young.
That's like perfect.
Yeah.
If you're building a town, isn't that what you want?
Yes. Yeah.
A bunch of late 30, early 40-year-old parents with children that work.
Mm-hmm.
Our average family income is $96,000, which is 50% more than the average of the state. The average of the state's 62.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
The average family income median family income in Marana is 96.
Wow.
That's huge.
Okay.
Even more than our neighbors to the east, Oro Valley. They're about $4,000 less than.
Mm.
The access, though, for me has always been like that's something that no one else has in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tucson does, but if you think about it, Tucson doesn't split, or I-10 does not split Tucson in the middle. As a matter of fact, it runs way out to the west of Tucson. Because I've been on that side of Tucson trying to get to 10.
Yeah.
And it's an hour and a half. I could drive to Phoenix.
It's always one of those frustrating things.
It really is.
Can we get a loop?
Come on.
Did you learn anything from up north?
I don't want to get started on that because then we'll be bashing, Tucson.
Yeah, we don't need people calling, right?
I don't understand that though, and that's what has attracted many people to live in Tucson or in Marana. The great schools, the great family environment, the hometown feel. If you live in Casa Grande, or if you work in Casa Grande or Eloy or Coolidge.
Mm-hmm.
You can jump on I can be there quicker than I can be to the airport.
Yeah.
You're 20, 25 minutes from home. Well, now Marana almost turns into a bedroom community and they're building some serious plants in Eloy, Coolidge, and Casa Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Major corporations are moving in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we get some of that benefit because they're going to live in Marana.
Yeah.
Spend their money in Marana, educate their children in Marana.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say is to Coolidge and Eloy in that area, build some more plants. We need the jobs.
For sure. With Local Marana and the whole concept, if you're a listener and you find yourself looking for something extra to do, you got some extra time, maybe you're looking to volunteer, maybe you're looking to get involved more with local community, reach out to us. There are tons of things to do. We can get you set up. If you want to be writing blogs, with us. If you're looking to be an influencer in the group or be a group expert, you can reach out to us and we can get you set up for that. We have a few group experts that go in there and they curate and they do stuff in the community. Some of them are business owners. Some of them work at the schools. Some of them are involved in government. And some of them are regular people that are just in the community. They've been here their whole life, and they know a thing or two about a thing or two here. And we go to them for information. So, again, if you're interested, just reach out to us. Go to localmarana.com. Go to contact us. Shoot us an interest form. If you want to advertise on our podcast, you're welcome to. You can advertise on our website. You can advertise in the group. The group header is available. And, yeah, just if
on
there's
each podcast you mentioned.
Yeah, on the podcast. And if you're looking for more serious stuff, the company that powers Local Marana, Live the Dream Media, right here, got the hoodie, the new hoodie from Bulldog Inc.
That.
Thanks,
Bulldog
Tim.
Inc.
Yeah, these are nice. These are real nice. Yeah, just reach out to us. LTD Media does Hulu and some other pretty impressive platforms. So
we'll be on talking about some of the stuff that LTD does pretty soon.
For sure.
Within the next week, we're going to sit down. We're going to take a little time, try to bring some information to you.
Yeah.
One thing real quick about Local Marana, the group, that I would encourage anybody that's listening that has the inclination to do this, feel free to take a picture where you're at. You're shopping local, you're at a restaurant, you're stopping at some boutique. We got by the way, I don't know the name, but it's some friends of ours. Children are opening a new business in the plaza we're in.
Dream Big Co.
Dream Big Co. Is that the name of the company?
Yep.
Our good friend Jeff and Tracy. It's their daughter. She's right here at the Sun Creek Plaza. But take pictures, if you will, of where you're at, what you're doing. You're doing your community a service.
Yeah.
And if it's bad, then you probably should give us a heads up.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be attacking someone personally. That's not gonna fly. But if you see a problem in the community,
speak on it.
Absolutely, because it's not perfect.
Yeah.
We talked about glowingly how things are growing, and that's all.
Yeah.
As in our estimation, the way it's happening, but that doesn't mean it's perfect.
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement.
For sure. And if you find yourself really enjoying this podcast, there are a few other podcasts that are tied to this channel that is put on by Live the Dream Media. You have the Eat, Pray, Hustle podcast with Marielle.
Great people.
And then the newest one that's really taken off, like insanely fast.
Yeah.
Tribe Talks podcast with Veronica Soto. She is killing it.
Yes, she is.
She's killing it. And she's got ad space available. So if you're looking for something else to advertise locally, she's from here. She's a personal trainer. She's a coach. It'd probably be a good idea to advertise on her podcast if you can. The Unrestricted Free Agent, which is a mindset podcast. The Breakthrough Zone by John Page Burton, which is another great one. Transforming Lives, one breakthrough at a time.
One breakthrough at a time.
And, of course, the LTD Media Now You Know podcast. It's got some community leaders as well that have been on it.
We got some cool guests coming up next month on that.
And then we have a few all Spanish podcast episodes that were hosted by Jorge Ruiz on the podcast Enfoque or Focus. Go ahead and check those out if you get time. Those are all connected here to this studio. That's all content coming out of this studio here in sunny Marana, Arizona.
We were talking earlier. It's just not been sunny enough.
No.
I know I'm going to regret this, but I'm ready for some 80s.
Yeah, you're gonna piss some people off.
I'm ready for some. I even said I'd handle a 90 or.
Yeah.
I like the heat though. I'm that guy that moved here because it is hot.
I get it. Yeah.
You know, now I'm 100 days of 110. Okay. I'm the first to say, can we bring this down a little bit? But I'm like probably you were born here. Mm-hmm. You were raised here. You love it enough that you're raising your family here. Mm-hmm. And this guy's got another one coming. Congratulations. That's so cool. I don't think we've said that on this.
No.
We got a new one coming. We can't wait to join his older sister. But I'm here on purpose.
Yeah.
We didn't, when Tammy and I got married, we didn't just throw a dart. We said Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And we spent a great deal of time in Phoenix. I enjoy it. Like I said earlier, I still am fond of Phoenix. But I really like where we're at. I've gotten older. I've slowed down. But this is a great place to raise a family or a great place to spend your golden years.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather's that never hurts either. We're talking about logistics. We're talking about great schools.
Yeah.
But we've got everything here. We've
Yeah.
got mountains. We had snow twice
Yeah.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
We've got luxury. We've got affordable. We got resorts.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got everything you need in this area.
Yeah.
And so if anyone's outside the area and they're thinking about relocating for any of those reasons,
Yeah.
consider Marana. we got space for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hey,
real quick, we haven't discussed Gladden Farms really at all.
No.
Continuing to flourish and grow.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to start construction on the Fry's super grocery store at, where are they calling that? The Marana Marketplace, I believe, is the.
Is that what it is?
They're going to build a shopping center there as well. They're going to have several restaurants and dry cleaners and things of that nature, local. That will be open, if memory serves me correct, either in the summer or the fall of next year, 2024. That's a well-needed entity brought to that community because they've been underserved with their grocery needs for sure over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not to mention all that other growth that's happening on the other side, on the west side of 10 on Tangerine. It's nuts.
You talk about the grocery store thing. That was a reason I wouldn't move out to Gladden Farms when I was getting our second house.
Yeah.
Second house, I mean the one after our first.
Yeah.
Like I own two houses.
Yeah.
Slow down. I'm not.
Yeah.
But that was a reason why I wouldn't go out there.
Well, I don't.
It's just like you have to drive all the way down to Cortero or clear across.
Well, they still do, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was the reason for me. I mean, some people are cool with it. I mean, go for it. I mean, there's a local market over there that's got some groceries, but I don't. It just was that's.
But
that's why I
that's
didn't go.
being rectified.
But it's being fixed.
Yeah.
It's
They're
being
supposed to start building like anytime.
Yeah.
They may have. I haven't been out there.
It's an exciting time
And, yeah, it really is boom times.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to Phoenix, originally in '88, and then Tammy and I came there in '91, this kind of growth was taking place in Maricopa County.
Yeah.
And I don't think it stopped, to be honest.
No. Have you seen Queen Creek
It's
and
insane.
those places? Oh my gosh.
Well, you look at towns like Queen Creek and Chandler and Mesa. And then when I moved there was nothing north of Phoenix. Well, they went up there and built Anthem.
That's another great spot.
And it became a town of 50,000 people in one day. They sold out literally in one day. I remember watching it on the news.
Yeah.
Nobody could get up I-17. They were then there.
Yeah.
50,000 people moved in one day.
Yeah. It's a great location too. It's like you're right outside of the northern Arizona.
And you just got up in elevation a little bit. Just a little bit cooler. Yeah. Not much.
8 degrees.
And they have an abandoned shopping center there as well. Now they may have rectified. One of those strip like we mentioned at Casa Grande.
Yeah.
They have one there at the exit. Now I haven't been up that way in a couple 2 or 3 years, so they may have rectified that. But people love Arizona.
Yeah.
People love
especially during the winter
Arizona, especially 8 months out of the year from about October to back around to May, June.
Yeah.
It's an incredible place.
It is.
And the rest of the time, you just make sure your air conditionings are working.
For sure. Well, Clint, it's been great. It's been great to be back. Yeah. I feel like we haven't gotten to do this in a while. And again, we want to thank Jaden for helping us out and being ready to look up anything we needed.
Hey, Jaden, you can hear us. We love you, man. You're the real deal.
Hey,
Well, that wasn't very nice. No, nobody could hear what he said. It was it was great.
Marana. Okay, that's a great question,
Yeah.
Jaden. So Jaden asked, when are we getting another water park?
Splash pads don't count.
No. Come on, man. No, we had Breakers.
No.
Breakers is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And then, remember Justin's Water World over there by Old Tucson? Jaden, do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was before his time. Dang, now I feel old. Great.
Yeah. We do need
Yeah.
one.
So maybe that's something we talk about, people in the community. Like maybe we do a poll on the group and see if a water park would be something they're interested in. So if you have any questions in the future, reach out to us. You want us to talk about something on the show.
Hey, you want to be on the show?
You want to be on the show. Yeah, we're open.
Yeah.
Businesses, community leaders can come and be on this show.
You got a solid take.
For
We
free.
want to talk to you.
Yeah, for free. Don't cost anything. Just get a hold of us. We'll schedule you.
We might even buy you lunch.
Maybe.
There are a few people that get fed when they get here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drop any names, Mayor Ed, but there are a few people that do get a meal out of this once in a while. David and Clint.
Yeah, yeah. Before we go, we're crunched for time, but before we go, I'd like to start ending the ones that we're on together with a few wise words, and do you have anything in particular?
Wise is in.
Give us just something motivational.
Well, you know what? I heard one today, and I thought, how do I work this into the conversation? This has nothing to do with local, but it has everything to do with mindset, which is something we talk about at LTD, Live the Dream Media, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never thought about it, and today I had it confirmed. You come up to a circus, and you see this massive elephant.
Yeah.
Tied out front with a little rope and a stake in the ground. And you're looking at that elephant that must weigh, I don't know what an elephant weighs, but it's massive.
Mm-hmm.
They can move trees.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you're an elephant. Don't you understand that little rope? And you know how they train them? Now, these are only, obviously, elephants in captivity.
Yeah.
A wild animal wouldn't be subjected to this. But when they're babies, they put them on an enormous steel chain and stake them to the ground with an enormous stake, and they can't move. So for the rest of their lives, they allow basically a little cord, a little string to hold them in place.
Because they're used to the chains.
Yeah, because they were programmed when they were young, and they never realized that they had that strength. They hit the resistance, and they come back in line.
That's heavy.
So that's a mindset thing that I heard this morning a guy talking about, and I went, whoa. Now I'm thinking, how do I work that into Local Marana? And then you asked me.
There you go.
Woo, boom.
Got to leave the listeners with something to use.
What you
other
got,
than that.
David?
Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah, it's not as cool as that one. I mean, it's pretty short, but there are no refunds for where you pay attention. There's
Right.
no refunds for where you pay attention.
Yeah.
So all that time and effort and attention you're giving to something that might not serve you, you can't get that back.
Yeah.
And,
Boy, and that's
time's ticking.
It's so important. That's more of a unrestricted free agent territory we're getting in there.
Yeah.
But what you put into your mind, you got to be, especially as I get older, I'm like, certain things that I would have done, say, 10 years ago, a song I would have listened to, and I'm like, yeah, that's not like, it's not going to hurt anything if I listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, some honky-tonk thing or something, It's not going to hurt anything, but is that uplifting? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're talking about the stuff I'm thinking. I'm not going to mention these songs because there's some legends in here, but I'm like, yeah, that's not appropriate.
Yeah. So Jaden is here in the headphones with us, and he shared his wise words. And yesterday is practice, so today we can be better. Is that how it goes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday is
Yeah.
practice, so today could be
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't dwell on it. Can't dwell on that stuff. It's over.
No,
it's gone.
no.
Move it
Hey,
next.
you know, I had wrote this, and I don't know where. Maybe I picked it up, but if it's not going to matter
Yeah.
5 years from now, whatever it is, don't spend 5 minutes being upset.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Be upset for a minute, let it, and then go on. We don't have time for that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
David,
everybody,
it's-
you
No.
got more?
Yeah, no.
Oh, I was going to
I'm
close
done.
it
We're wrapping this.
out. All right.
This is fun, though.
It is. It is.
You know, David and I have done, I don't know, 100 of these.
Mhm.
And then when we do these little sabbaticals, sometimes on purpose, sometimes it's just the way things work out. When we get back, it's like we never stop,
Yeah. Well,
number one. But
Yeah. Haven't you ever been on the other end of it, though? Where your like day is just a little off or something, and then
Well, today-
you come across something and you hear it and you go,
you go, whoa.
"Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
I needed that. I needed to hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's gonna
And
help
we
me."
want to be some of those resources.
Yeah.
That are thought-provoking. People will go, oh, I never thought about it that way. Or provide information. Because so often the headlines, and we'll close with this,
Headlines
water.
of what?
Water. We're losing water.
Yeah.
We don't have any water. That's not factual.
That's just selling clicks.
It's not facts at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fact to any of that. We are in. Now, do we need to be watching?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We need to be paying attention. There are certain things we probably shouldn't get into because it's too, it consumes too much water. I'm not going to get into what some of
Yeah.
those things are. And it's not a water park. Golf courses don't use a lot of water, which kind of surprised me. I was talking to some of these folks. But don't read the headline. Read down, because the headline's just to get your attention.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much for being on the Local Marana podcast.
Thank you, David.
And listening, and we look forward to sharing more with you. If you have any questions, reach out to us. In the
Thanks,
meantime,
Jaden.
support local, love local.
Yeah, love local.
See you later.
Shop local.